This video contains spoilers, so just a heads up. Cyberpunk Edgerunners, the anime where the MC is from Santo Domingo. Well, not the actual Santo Domingo, but still, close enough. Anyway, I have never been one who enjoyed the cyberpunk genre in any form of media. It never piqued my interest when it came to video games, movies, or even novels. But don't get me wrong, the aesthetic is beautiful, but to consume media centered around it was never really my thing. So when I first heard about Cyberpunk Edgerunners, you can say I wasn't excited in the least. And to be honest, at this point, I believed I would never have watched it. Till last night, when I got a strong urge to watch some anime. I was thinking about what to watch, and I remember seeing a lot of videos talking about how great this show is. So I said, F it, why not? It can't be that bad, right? Spoiler warning, it was some peak. Howdy, I'm Palpers, and we're talking Cyberpunk Edgerunners. The year is 2076, and David Martinez is your rebellious teen who happens to go to one of the most prestigious schools, Arasaka Academy. Despite his rebellious attitude and poor financial situation, David's mother believes her son will be able to make it out. And just as David comes to the realization that his mother simply wants what's best for him, tragedy strikes. David and his mother were caught in the crossfire of a drive-by, which critically wounds his mother and ultimately ended her. She could have been saved by the trauma team, but was ignored because she was not a platinum member. This moment is what showed David the cruel reality of this world. Psst, by the way, you should subscribe. Oh wait, you don't want to? Okay, that's fine. Anyway, let's continue. For a show that I was not expecting much, it definitely over-delivered. The characters, the world building, the power system were all so great that it makes me upset that this show only had 10 episodes. This anime literally came out of nowhere and had no prior hype built up for it. And let's keep it a buck here. With the reputation that Cyberpunk 2077 had, I doubt people would have been hyped regardless. I mean, look at who was animating it. The last time Studio Trigger dropped some actual heat was during the Kill la Kill and Gurren Lagann days. And no, Darling in the Franxx was not good. It was not good. Yet, despite the game being known as a flop and the studio being on a drought for many years, this anime really did surprise everybody. What I really loved about this story is you grow to love the characters and feel for them despite there only being 10 episodes. Not many animes can be 12 episodes or less and feel truly completed. Like many shows that started off amazing just butcher the last few episodes because they rush it. And that's what makes Cyberpunk Edgerunners so great. The director and studios really built relationships and developed the characters without it feeling forced. And behind this anime's amazing animation, characters, and plot lies a message that is right in our faces. That it is okay to rely on others and not to take the burden of life on by yourself. And I know that sounds mad corny, but this message truly did resonate with me. The only difference being is they risk going cyber psycho, and I simply risk being a little sad. But anyway, Cyberpunk Edgerunners was not afraid to go the distance when it came to fight scenes and animation. Heck, the first 5 minutes of this anime shows that Studio Trigger was having a blast. It's been a long time since I've seen an anime that had actual violence and it didn't feel restricted so it can appeal to a larger audience. Also, it sets the tone for the rest of the anime, showing that they aren't afraid to push the limits. Take David getting the Sebastian surgery. They show the knife movement and David being awake during the entire procedure. And speaking of David, for an anime that only had 10 episodes, we truly see him develop from a kid thrown into a harsh reality to a man who finally understands what the world is truly like. And this is also highlighted in his relationship with Lucy, which on a side note, I think is one of the best relationships in recent times. And I keep bringing up the fact that this anime only has 10 episodes, but I really want you to understand how great of a feat that is. As mentioned before, most animes would probably have botched the ending, but not this one. Cyberpunk Edgerunners ending was one that was not expected, yet so beautifully executed. From the Lucy rescue mission all the way up to the final fight. Just take the fact that they were all having a good moment, and then BAM! Rebecca gets Goomba stomped. The entire ending sequence kept me at the edge of my seat up until the final moment. I still found myself rooting for David, although the outcome was basically set in stone. Then we get the beautiful moon scene that truly made this anime's ending one of the few that made my heart ache. Cyberpunk Edgerunners is truly what I would call a modern-day masterpiece, and I use masterpiece very sparingly. This anime has definitely entered my top 10 favorite animes, and maybe even top 5 of all time. I truly loved every second of this show, and I highly recommend anyone who's into action hop on this anime. Thank you, and don't go cyber psycho.